This is a North Carolina wheat crop update. I'm Randy Weiss at North Carolina State University, and it's July 2012. Wheat harvest is barely over, but it's likely that wheat acreage will increase this fall, and the supply of seed for our best varieties may run short of demand. So it's time to get your seed orders made. To help with variety selection, we had a series of variety tests located in Union, Rowan, Robeson, Lenoir, Beaufort, and Perquimans counties, so we have excellent yield information to make good variety choices. That report has just been released and can be obtained from your local extension agent or found online at www.smallgrains.ncsu.edu. Here are a few highlights from that report. 3 factors had impact on this year's crop. The first was late spring freeze that hurt some producers, most of whom were growing early heading varieties. Early heading varieties are most at risk to spring freeze. The best way to avoid freeze damage is to plant late heading varieties. Here are the late heading varieties that were among the highest yielding in our tests: Dynagrow 9012 and Shirley, Pioneer 26R10 and 26R20, Progeny 870, Southern States 8340 and 8500, and Terrell TV 8535, 8848, and 8861. The warm winter also resulted in a lot of powdery mildew, and later in the spring a leaf rust epidemic across much of North Carolina. We had tests where varieties were sprayed with a fungicide at top dress and again before heading, or left untreated. When a fungicide was applied, the highest yielding varieties tended to be those that had resistance to leaf rust. So even if you're planning on applying a fungicide, growing varieties with resistance to our common diseases is important. Here are the varieties that in addition to being among the highest yielding, also have resistance to these diseases: AGS 2035, Dynagrow 9012, Pioneer 26R10, Southern States 8500, Terrell TV 8848, and USG 3120 all have resistance to leaf rust. Dynagrow Dominion, NC Cape Fear, Southern States 8340, and USG 3555 have resistance to powdery mildew. And the last 4, Dynagrow Shirley, Featherstone VA 258, Pioneer 26R20, and USG 3438 have resistance to both diseases. The full report and recommendations are available online. This report should be helpful in preparing for a successful 2013 wheat harvest. I'm Randy Weiss, and this crop update was brought to you by the North Carolina Small Grain Growers Association.